Good listener.
What? That's it. I'm going with the non-deaf girl.
Glad we're
live. It's nice, guys. It's nice that we can have a non-work related conversation. Otherwise, that's pretty much my life.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Let's talk about work and acupuncture.
Check.
So we just slump in our chairs as much as possible. We're 40 million streams away from getting 2 more plaques. Isn't that exciting?
What's our rate of growth on those streams?
10 months?
Okay, so we'll hit that in less than a year.
I think so.
I can wait.
I'm trying to figure out how they'll work in here, though.
Yeah, I don't love the reflections.
I know. I'm wondering if, like, if we put them straight on, though, but also, like, stacked them. Like, bam, bam, bam.
What if we remove the glass and then it's not as reflecting?
Did you tell us to remove the glass?
Isn't it glass?
That is an official
It stays sealed forever.
Spotify plaque. How about we just pay Gio to stand in the corner holding the
Just hold it up.
Just gonna switch to the cameras.
Or a designated camera
You have
to the
do-
wall.
You have to do them both.
They have to pledge allegiance to the plaques.
We're all in this together. Make our dreams come true. 1 minute till count down. What up, what up, what up, gang? Fine and dandy.
Just chilling.
Like a villain. Chilling like a villain. Bro, it was so humid today. I had to walk over to Joey's apartment, and then I made him drive me back because it was too humid of a walk. Triple?
Before the
Bruh.
humidity, probably.
That's wild.
Wow.
107 is nuts. That is hot.
Yeah, that air is even thicker down there.
Yeah,
compared
but
to-
I'd still take that weather over the cold any day.
Oh, yeah, like the winters. Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. You can have my office chair if you want my office chair. I'd like to complain about that. Otherwise, she complains about the chair. Is Camila sleeping? Diana? Did she go down? I'll take that as a no. Nope. She's wide awake. Hi, Camila.
Happy birthday, Timmy.
Happy birthday, my guy. Jumping onto our call on his birthday
I
night?
know.
Bro.
It's dedication.
Gio said she wasn't invited to your birthday night. That's what she said, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. I think she could have made it.
Well, we'll let you two argue that out. Oh, nice. What kind of cake are we talking?
It is a really good cake.
That sounds so fancy. What is it? Olive oil threw me for a second. I was trying to wrap my head around that.
Anti-inflammatory. What is it?
Anti-inflammatory cake. God bless. Wow. Okay. We're just gonna sit with that.
Chill about that.
Are you having a party tonight? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Guess you didn't make the cut. Sorry, Gio. Hey, we got Brittany on the call. Welcome, Brittany.
You made it.
I believe this is her first call.
This is our first one.
Sometimes it's tricky to get off mute, finding that, hopping back and forth. We'll give it a couple more minutes before we dive in. Maybe we'll say 7:05. That'll be our start time. And we got Tim jumping in. Welcome, sir.
A couple new faces.
Some new faces in the group tonight. That's exciting. We're just hanging out for another minute before we get started. Gang, we're just letting everybody hop on in. Talking about Timmy's birthday while we pass the time. It is anti-inflammatory cake. You guys ever have a German sweet chocolate cake? That was always my favorite birthday cake.
Is that what you want for your birthday, Steve?
Can you make that?
I don't know what that is.
We'll talk after. I'll get you the recipe.
We'll talk.
Gio's gonna make
She
me a
just
cake.
volunteered herself unintentionally.
I won't be here.
Gio's for sure making me a cake for my birthday.
I won't be here.
Deliver it. You're not gonna be here? You're not gonna be here? You left for my birthday? What am I supposed to...
Sounds intentional to me.
Oh, that was for sure intentional. We'll be talking about this later. 7:05. All right, we're going to get rolling. Everybody else can pile in when they get here. Welcome to another Tuesday night Q&A community call. First off, it looks like you're all probably on desktop, but if you ever do switch to mobile, it's going to look weird. You're not going to be able to see me and Joey based on the camera angle. So I would encourage you all to use the desktop function. Let's hit a couple announcements, perhaps, before we get into things here. Let me see. Oh, I should probably pull this thing. First off, we hit 100 artists, 100 members of the network. That's pretty big. Pretty cool. Very exciting. Couple new faces, Brittany, Tim, and quite a few others that just joined this week. Pretty cool. That's very exciting. On top of that, we've gotten a lot of work done on the Artist Basics course, by the way. And Joey and I were actually just recording through the whole branding basics section, but there's a lot in there, guys. If you're on the premium tier, go check that out. We are in the process of adding a ton of stuff to that. Trying to think if there were any other updates. You have anything?
Yeah, the Artist 101 Basics course. We just spent really good 4 or 5 hours recording modules for that. I think it was needed. I'm surprised that we haven't covered those yet for the amount of stuff that's in a lot of these courses.
Yeah. So typically what it looks like, guys, for the courses is we'll spend a few weeks actually laying everything out and trying to get the wording and everything ready. And then when we think it's finally there, we'll get together and we'll record for a few hours and just talk through everything. So yeah, that one will be ready to roll for you shortly.
I think Aaron is probably mad because he's very particular on keeping track of your completion.
Of which ones he's completed.
So we've probably added about another 2 hours worth of videos.
What happens, Aaron, if you complete a course and then we go in and we add a video to it, does it stay completed or does it now not be completed? Oh, nice. Okay. The 101 it's a big one, and it's kind of like a catch-all of all these things that we're going to put together. But we're in over the next month, we're probably going to be knocking out all the videos for the Artist Basics 101 course. But it is cool. I will say this because we've had so many artists come in and just want to know some of the bigger picture strategies and everything. And now we actually have here is our release strategy, right? Here is our marketing strategy. Here is all the general strategies so you guys can kind of start to map out how we're picturing and seeing everything. Even I don't know if you got through this one, Aaron, but even under the release strategy basics where we just talk through Eleni's album from start to finish for the past year, stuff like that, it's just really helpful to be able to lay out here's all the information and all the results and all the strategies and all that stuff. Anyways, so let's dive into it then. It would be cool if, I don't know what you guys are planning, Brittany or Tim, but it might be cool to chat through what you guys are up to since you're brand new to the network, and maybe we can, I've been talking to you tonight, Tim, I believe, in the community. So it might be fun to hear what you're up to. Maybe we can offer some initial strategies for you. Okay. I just saw that DM. Hey, it's bath time. Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Okay. How long? Wait, when did you launch it? Sweet. Okay. What would you call the genre that you're in? Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'm looking at your September 30, 2025 release because I think you mentioned this in a post about it was a collab with KJ52. It looks like you got almost 15,000 streams off of that. I guess you said your official first release. What kind of marketing strategies were you running?
Nice.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Yep. Dude, KJ52, it's been a minute. He used to be at the booking agency that I worked at, so we would do booking for him. That's hilarious. It's been a while. Um yeah. Yeah. Was that KJ the Lost Boy one? Was that a feature or a co-primary? Okay. That that's what I'm looking at right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I was confused by that. I'm like, this is weird that it's popping up as its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes so there's got to be like an approval process or something. Yeah. To pull that off. Yeah. Okay. So what would you say is kind of your biggest priority right now with everything that you're doing? Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Have you found a content style that works for you? Because I know that's difficult. If when you're trying a ton of different styles of content, that can be super draining. Have you like found something that has like hit for you that you've? Because I'm thinking about it from a marketing standpoint as well. Just like testing different creatives out and seeing which works. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're in that testing phase.
Yeah.
We have a keep jumping in here. Did I cut him off? You were there for a second. Okay. There is a there's a course that we have called Social Media Mastery that you may want to look into. You can give me a screen a second too. So this is basically us diving into everything that we've been up to with our strategies around social media. We're still actually in the process of giving this a complete rework, but there's some really cool strategies, but we've realized it all begins with this period of like looking around for the other artists, the other content creators in your niche, and seeing what is doing the best and what type of content is doing the best, and then seeing if you can make your own version of that. Have you done that where you've like looked through and tried to get a vibe check from all the other bigger artists in your space and like what type of content they're making? He said it's bath time, so the phone might be in the tub. Did we lose you, Tim? We might have. That's all right. We can circle back to that conversation when he's ready. Annie jumped in. Welcome, Annie.
Angelina.
Angelina, we normally see two different versions of you, a vertical and then the horizontal. What's going on? Okay. Normally she's on mobile and desktop. Okay, well, while we're hanging out here, if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Anything that you're working through or playing around with. Brittany, I know you and I had DM'd a little bit, so I'm glad you're able to make this call. Let me know if you have any questions, because it'd be fun to dive into what you're working on. I know you had mentioned you have an EP coming up that you're working towards, so we can chat about some strategies around that as well. We should ask about the networking, see if anybody's interested in.
Oh,
that.
yeah. Like we could go through that. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
That we were going to try something different.
We had this idea, guys. So some calls we'll hop on and there just aren't quite as many questions, and everybody's kind of working on other stuff and might not need as much assistance. So we've had this idea of what if we started to go through some of the courses and curriculums on the calls and just do like a mastermind breakdown of those topics. And one thing that a lot of members in the network have been asking about is like this idea of networking and how do you actually network well and how do you get more opportunities, and like it's kind of nuanced. We were going through that and we're building a course, a module in the Artist Basics around that, and it just keeps getting longer and longer and longer, and we're like, okay, this might actually be a really good topic for a live call where we can walk through and share all of our experiences on like what are the best moves when it comes to networking, how to do it well, how to make sure that you're getting the best opportunities and you're also ready for the opportunities when they come. And there's a lot to that. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, we might make a post about that this week, and maybe that would be the next Tuesday night.
Yeah, we were thinking
thing.
about maybe planning for something like that because we figured out as we were scripting out some of these courses, for example, like networking can be more of an interactive topic that we can go through and we can go point by point and then stop and have like discussion questions. Whereas like a lot of the stuff that we've been making over the months have been like, here's how to claim your Spotify profile. And it's like, there's not really much to talk about.
Step by step, just do
and
the
it's
thing.
like, it's better for those to just be us by ourselves recording that. But like, then there are some really cool discussions that could be made on something like networking.
Yeah.
I guess today we could cherry pick a couple of the topics in there if nobody has any questions.
Yeah.
But then we could schedule another day to like actually go through the whole thing.
Yeah. Quick thing. Brittany said she's having issues with her mic. Can we unmute her a sec from our end and see if that works? We'll see. Allow audio. Nope.
She has to unmute from her end.
Okay.
It could be like a hardware issue, like
Are you trying
her
to
mic setup or something.
talk through a microphone, Brittany? Like a mic setup? Because what you could also do is you could open up the school app on your phone and hop on mobile. And that's usually probably one of the easiest ways to do it. Well, we'll let her respond. Oh, it's on my Mac. I think it might be a browser setting. You guys keep going. Okay. Trying to think of what that setting would.
It might be like a security thing, like on the browser that you might have to uncheck.
Okay. Well, we'll keep going then. So let me ask you this, guys. If we did something like that, are there any topics that you are most interested in right now? Obviously, we have the one around the network, specifically, like talking about networking. But from all the courses and everything we're doing, is there anything that you'd be like, oh man, that'd be fun to do a mastermind call on that? Hey, and we got Sylvia hopping on. What up, what up, what up?
Sylvia, you made it.
My goodness.
You made it into one of our course
you did.
recordings today.
We were talking about you.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. That's how it works.
I think that's how it works.
That's how most people get discovered, is from. Do you want to know?
She doesn't know what we're
Do
talking
you
about.
want to know what it was about?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
It's like, here's what not to do. No.
Do the opposite of what she's doing.
No, it was actually a good thing. We were talking about how your artist name is Sylvia K, and how that was a good move because your last name is really difficult to pronounce and spell. And then we were trying to come up with your name in real time, and we couldn't figure out what your last name is. How do you say your last name? Okay.
Oh gosh, I would
Yep,
have
so
never
there
gotten
you
that
go.
one.
You were an example of what to correctly do in the branding section. So that's wild, though. Very Polish. Well, I'm happy to hear that. I don't. What is a frogie?
What is a frogie?
What? Well, tell me more about this.
How do you spell that?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
pierogi.
Where do I send my address?
Can she send some to the whole
DM
team?
DM me, Sylvia. DM me. Yeah. Don't talk. Yeah, don't talk like this is a thing and then not do it though. I'm like genuinely excited. Okay, that's very exciting.
By the way, I think Brittany might be the only new person here right now. Speaking of Nashville, we have a Nashville meetup happening in October.
Yeah, what's
So
the
if
date
you're
of that again?
available, I think it's October 7th. And if you want to come hang out, it's just a general hangout. And if you want to do that, it's in the calendar. If you go to the calendar tab and then you go all the way to October 7th and you click on it, all of the details are in there. So I think we're excited for that.
Georgia. Oh. Nice. Okay. I think Jared said he's coming to Nashville soon. Was that this week?
He's avoiding the humidity. He doesn't like it.
Oh, maybe that's it. Mr. Humphreys. Humphreys?
Oh, different Jared.
Jared Humphreys?
Yeah, Jared Humphreys is coming, I think, in August. He's here for something.
I thought it was, we'd have to follow up again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys ever make it to Nashville, let us know. Corey's down to get some coffee or something, meet up. Have you live
Maybe come on the show.
Have you live on the actual networking call? We have a couch that we have ready. We just don't get to use it. Where are you again, Aaron?
Mississippi.
Oh.
He's down yonder.
We're taking on the road.
That'd be fun.
Not yet.
Depends on how many people are going to be there. Usually,
Yeah.
it depends. We do a lot of like one-on-ones, whether they're lunches or coffees, but we're actually, for this October thing, we're meeting up at Pinewood, which you probably know.
It's a cool spot. It's
So-
a cool spot.
It's a cool hangout spot in Nashville.
Say what?
What's that?
Downtown.
Yeah, it's downtown. You know where the
Pretty much.
Crema is? You know where the Crema is? It's the coffee. Oh, the Parthenon is east. So it's probably a couple blocks south of Broadway. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the bigger the network gets, the more we're wanting to start to get into actual like in-person meetups, live events, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. Yeah. Live writers events, bringing those back and like just starting to get the creative, meetups flowing, stuff like that. Well, it's funny. This is one of those nights where there might just not be as many questions. And if nobody has anything pressing, like we genuinely could start playing around with, we could go through some things we've been working on in the artist basics. Oh, I know. Maybe I could pull up some results. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, okay. Annie, you're disrupting. We go the whole, no one has any questions, and then right before we're going to start something, Annie. chirps in with something. It's not yet. Well, also the same. Okay, you can share my screen now. Can y'all see this? It is YouTube Music. So, something cool that has happened that I wanted to highlight is actually your song. I'm pointing at Giovanna over there. We had a song by Giovanna start to pop off on YouTube specifically. And that's actually a pretty significant move. Like we've had quite a few stuff with Genevieve's project pop off. And then, some of the other ones are starting to do that. But to have a song pop up to like the top 5 or top 6 position is significant. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I was going through the data, and let me see here. Switch account. Oh, no, that's actually it. No, I'm gonna hop on this one still. I want to go to the Oh, I have to do it on this side. Sorry guys, we got a lot of accounts here. Yeah, we'll go to this studio. Okay. So, I've been diving through the back end of YouTube Music, like the YouTube Studio, and it's interesting once you have an artist channel how they combine all of the data and everything together. As going through the analytics, and so I'll show you guys what happened because it's pretty impressive that this thing is, 90,000 views a month is pretty wild, and this happened organically. So I want to explain kind of what happened here. If we set the timer back to the last 365 days, you can see something pretty wild happened here. Normal. Bam. Absolute virality. Something exploded. And it maintained that for a few months. And so what happened was there was a YouTube short created using the song Yeshua as the song, and I'll actually pull it up quick. But as you can see, this thing got 14 million views, which is wild. And let me see if I can pull this up. Pretty cool. So we don't really know who that was. we didn't know anything around this song was going to happen. But what's wild is seeing the impact of that. Again, you see like 1,600 comments, and the thing was kind of taken off. And then we've kind of seen this delayed impact lead into Spotify as well. And we've seen, let's pull it up. Yeah, so we've seen that one naturally start to get a hit on Spotify. And then the funny thing is there was also a Spanish version that we did because we did an English and Spanish version of this full album. And then the Spanish one is also doing just as well now. They're both doing like 3,000 streams a day. They both kind of popped off from that. So it's just kind of interesting. I wanted to share this because there's kind of something that happens, guys, is like the saying is the harder you work, the luckier you tend to get. And this is a great example of a project that, when did we do this? Was this like 2 years ago? Yeah. So this is an older project, but you've still been making content around it. Yeah. So she's still doing our whole strategy that we talk about, guys, batch creating content, uploading consistently. And this is one of those things, like you throw enough darts, you're going to throw so many darts sometimes that you're not even going to know when you hit a bullseye or hit something close, because you've just thrown so many and you're focused on building the muscle of doing the thing and building the skill sets of being consistent and doing the thing. And then all of a sudden, one day you wake up and it's like, whoa, why did our YouTube spike? I don't know what's happening. And you go look, it's like, oh, because it made enough of a ripple that somebody heard it, used it, and look what got set in motion because of that. And now we're seeing the kickback of it, of what happens directly from a streaming standpoint, which is where the song starts to, create revenue and opportunities like that. So that's pretty cool.
And the thing is, she's been posting consistently about that project since it came out as like short.
You still
form,
post daily
short,
Not on my account. On Anthem
short
Espanol.
form.
on the Anthem Espanol. Yeah.
Mhm. And so that person that used her song for that video that got 14 million views might have seen her other content, liked the song, and then was like, you know what? I'm going to use that for my video. And maybe even the people that made that video didn't know that it was going to pop off. But you have to wonder that.
I don't know how else they would, because you're talking just randomly going and picking a song. Like, there's how many songs out there, especially in worship and everything. It's like,
You never know.
it's more than likely that he saw a piece of content that we were doing, which is pretty cool. You know what's funny about that one too, though? That's always been the one that, like, in my gut is like, felt like that one could be the one that like hits from the song. And it's because, I don't know if you guys know of a worship artist named Meredith Malden. She's a really talented worship singer and artist. She was a part of the original, was it Upper Room, I think? I don't know if you were on that call with her. That might have just been me.
I think that was a solo
Me on that call with her. But she also did a version of Yeshua. Let me see if I can pull her up. Meredith Malden.
I think she's well known as a writer too.
Oh, she's a
like writing on
big
a
writer.
lot of big writer.
So she has a version of Yeshua that has done really, really well. And then we were doing your album and Yeshua came up and we're like, man, I have to wonder, because like that song, it slaps. It's really cool. And lo and behold, it would appear we've gotten one of those starting to hit now for Geo. Pretty cool. So maybe that's the takeaway, guys. The more darts you can throw, the faster, the more effectively that you can build this marketing machine, from a Spotify standpoint, yes, but also from like a social media standpoint, all this other stuff. You just start to get luckier, guys. And again, call it luck. To me, it's really just an effect of doing the work over and over and over and consistently, and it gets blessed in the process of doing that. The more consistent you stay. So, I don't know if there's a lesson there or not, but I wanted to point
I
that
think
out.
the other lesson too is like, don't feel like your music is dead 2 years later, because it took a couple of years
Yeah.
and then randomly that song pops off. So keep pushing your stuff, even if it's 2 years old and you feel like everybody on planet Earth has heard it, which that's a lie. They have not heard. Not every person on planet Earth has heard your music. So, and that just reinforces what we already know about, for example, with the Waymaker album from 2020. It took 2 to 3 years for that thing to start popping off.
Yep.
So we're
Yeah.
we're sticking to what we know.
Let's sit on that for a second. How many of you guys feel like you have over posted on your music and you're just annoying your followers, annoying your fans? Have any of you hit that point yet where you're just like, I don't want to make more content around this. I just keep bugging everybody. Like, or maybe it's, I'm bored of it. I want to make new content around new music. So I'm like bored of my old songs. How many of you have been in one of those mindsets as of recently? You just give like a thumbs up or comment or raise your hand or, yeah. What we're learning, guys, is it's a false mindset. It's a falsity. It's like you're not going to bug anybody because today's world, guys, is so focused on short form content, and attention spans are getting so short that even if you did bug somebody, you would bug them for like 5 seconds and they would forget about it. And then they go on their merry way. And then they come back and then get bugged by you again. And what we're just learning, guys, is we have projects that are years and years old that we're just going to keep making content around in new ways. Maybe it's the same concept of content. Maybe it's the same lyric, like not lyric video. Lyric videos could be one, but like performance video, lip syncing to the video in different locations and different outfits with different hooks, stuff like that. And just keep throwing them. And then one day you do that enough times and somebody hears it somewhere and uses it, or a piece of content explodes, and look at that. Now I finally have the streams coming in, which will create more revenue, which will create bigger numbers, which is more leverage, which is, you use to get more opportunities and do the next thing. It's like, oh, maybe the real thing is just consistency. Maybe that's what most artists are struggling with, that just unwilling to stop doing the thing until it works. Wayne says, people are still finding and liking music from my pop punk band that has been inactive for several years. Yeah. 100%.
Aaron had a question.
How do you release an album but release the singles as you go? Can you set the release dates for the singles different? Yay. Mm-hmm. Dude, so I'm glad you brought this up. Okay, we'll dive into that. Were there any more thoughts before we change topic here around this? Because let me just tie a bow on this quick. How many of you guys have more than 10 songs released? Okay, so Wayne's got more than 10. Andy, you probably got more than 10, yeah? With Spark? Yeah. Aaron's getting there. You're getting close. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brand change. Yep. Brand change. Okay.
But even think about that, the amount of volume that you did of 30 songs on the other brand, and people are still finding you. So it's like you have 30 different chances of people finding your music, even though you've been inactive with that other brand. And that just goes along with what we were talking about with the social media side too. It's the same thing. And
we talk about this a little bit, guys, but for every one of you, the strategies are going to be just a little bit different every time. Some of you will go all in on the social media thing because for better or worse, it's like that turns into something that just works with you. And that seems like an easier avenue to you than maybe learning meta ads and marketing and growing playlists and learning like the logistical side of marketing. They're both forms of marketing. But for some of you, you're gonna be like, oh no, the social media content makes so much more sense. Ideally, we would love for everybody to get to the point where you can do all of these things like we are at once and you're playing all the games. But when you're just getting started, it's like, okay, one of these things is probably gonna make the most sense to you, and maybe lean into that, or try a little bit of everything. And if you're not seeing maybe the impact that you're hoping for, it's like, okay, well, maybe that's not the piece of leverage to pull on right now. Maybe the other thing is. So like even Aaron, for you right now, like I know you guys have been kind of focusing on the social media side of things and not getting that growing like you've been wanting. And there's probably more strategizing and reworking and like stuff around that. But a skill that you have figured out now is the playlist growth with Spotify. And again, that is pretty much all we focused on to get this album to pop off, was like that playlisting and like really diving into that. So you can use different strategies here to get the same results, right? Like the guy who made that viral clip from Gio's song could have just as well heard that song on a playlist and decided to use it.
Yeah, that's what we found out. Every skill will only get you so far. You'll hit a ceiling at some point. So like for running playlists and growing on Spotify, we could do that all day in our sleep as long as we have the funding because we have the skill.
Yeah.
But that only gets us so far. Eventually you have to figure out the social media game if you want to hit the next level on the organic side and executing that way.
And the thing about the social media too, guys, is it will help grow the music across Apple,
Everything.
Amazon, and YouTube. So like we can go hard on Spotify playlists all day long and we'll grow Spotify. And again, we encourage that because what happened for us is, guys, we focused only in on Spotify and said, we're doing this until it works. And we put all of our attention and our energy on that thing, and that thing erupted. And then we started to branch out and say, okay, how do we grow Amazon? What is this Amazon Music thing? What is this Apple Music thing? What is this YouTube thing? How do we grow that now? And now we had the bandwidth and the energy and the resources to do that. So just something to think about there.
Did we answer Aaron's question?
No,
I don't think we
not
did
yet.
at all.
Well, I just wanted to tie a bow on this. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you have any thoughts or questions or like, okay, that's great, but like, what do I do in my situation? How do I do that? Or is this making sense? Sounded like somebody was going to say something, and then it might got turned off. We got a silent crowd tonight, guys.
Quiet.
It's not often that. It's not
What is
often
it?
we
Is it-
don't have.
Is it just really hot outside? Is it that?
Is it Joey? It's Joey, isn't it? What did you do? Soaking it up. Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
But she just hit it. You just hit it. I don't even know if you realize that you just hit it on the money there, but it's the mental block.
Take a friend.
That's it. What did you say?
Take a friend.
Take a friend.
Yeah, when you go out and record, take a friend.
Take a friend to record.
Yeah, feels less scary.
Oh, Gio's saying it's scary.
Less scary.
It's less scary when you have a friend. Where was it? Where were you recording? Later. But think about it. Like, how much work and effort did you put into that music over the past few years? Not to mention money. Like, you paid to have that stuff done, the time, the energy. Do you still believe in the songs? Yeah. And you still think they're high quality songs? Okay. Are you doing a lot of the singing on those? Because I know you had a group and then you guys kind of split off with members a little bit. Yeah. Yep. And it's not even like, don't think you have to go to some crowded place where you see some of the viral content of like, I'm in the mall going up the escalator and down the escalator and like getting people's faces acting weird. Like, you don't have to start with that. Like, just go to a place that looks cool. Get a nice scenery spot, nature spot, like anything and everything. Like anything is better than nothing.
What are you worried about, Annie, when it comes to lip syncing?
Yeah,
What are
Annie.
you worried
What are you
about?
worried about?
What's the worst thing that can happen?
What is? That's true. She is the photographer. She's used to be on that side. But like, okay, what is the worst case scenario though?
What's
Like,
the worst thing that's
let's
gonna
play
happen?
through it. What is the worst case scenario?
So you're not even talking about whether other people think it looks terrible.
It's
you're
just
just
you. If
getting
you
to the
think-
point of hitting post.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It gets weird, like seeing yourself doing the thing, old music, and you're cringing. But I'm telling you guys, something magical happens when you can finally get to the point where you're like, screw it, I'm posting this.
There's a concept.
I don't care anymore.
There's a concept in the Tom Jackson book that we've talked about family. Like, I think part of the thing is like when you're first starting out, you have friends and family that are following you on social media, and I think you're probably worried about that. But there's a Tom Jackson quote, something in there where he's like, your friends and your family are not going to buy your merch anyway, or buy tickets to your show anyway, or listen to your music,
or not buy enough that you can do it full time. Like it won't be meaningful.
Like, so he basically was just like, forget about that and just do you. And then the thing is, like, when you get a little bit of traction on your social media, there's gonna like a very, very tiny percentage of people on social media are gonna be people you even know.
Yep. Yeah. But it is a mental belief, and it's like a mental hurdle, and there might be a hint, an undertone of perfectionism under there, perhaps, that you may need to.
She's a content girly. I can feel the perfectionism from the photography side.
Which, don't get me wrong, that's great. Like that can serve you in a lot of areas. That perfectionist mindset, especially when you have clients that you're getting fantastic work done for. Like awesome. And it's good to aim for perfection, but at the end of the day, what we are learning when it comes to building these brands, guys, is throw more darts and you hit more targets.
And you have to understand the people on the other side of the screen that's watching your content. Most people are not even going to know whether something is slightly out of focus or your color grading is slightly off. Like,
oh gosh,
most people are like mindlessly scrolling
Bro.
on their phone. And then your video pops up, and they're not even going to think about any of the technical stuff that's probably in your head.
And we've had to talk with Eleni about this too, because she loves to do her color grading with log, I think is what it's called. And it's like, it's more time consuming. And I'm always, and I think you are too, we're always like pushing back. We're like, literally just take your phone, set it up, record it, send us the video so we can post it.
It's because we've seen people do the old way where they pay somebody with a $10,000 camera or
what do they call
$20,000.
Those red, it's like a red camera and it's got all the 4K and like.
But now I see those same people propping up their phone and making content, and they've already made the switch. Like they used to spend thousands of dollars on a video shoot, but
we're talking about Caleb and Kelsey, by the way.
And they're related to our old bandmates, and we've done crossover collabs and all of that stuff with them. But like even just looking at their content now,
those are like $40,000 cameras. It's something like, stupid. Those red cameras, and they would only use those and get like the perfect backdrop and scenario, and like no one else was doing it then. So like it had its time and it worked. Like they became known for that. But
at some point they were like, you know what? Do people on social media actually care? Let's try using our phone real quick.
And then 4 million views.
People like, don't care. Nobody cares. People still watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a music video. Like if you want to, yeah, do something with a music video and like be more intentional and make it higher quality. And by the way, we love to record the full thing and then chop them up into little bits and turn those into short form content as well and repurpose everything. Again, we're just interested in throwing as many darts as possible. But when it comes to short form content, it almost seems like the pendulum swings back and forth when everybody's doing the high quality stuff. Now it's unique and it like connects differently to lean into the less quality stuff, but it's handheld and it feels like you're there. It feels like you're there with a friend, right? It feels like these fans are able to interact with you on a more personal level, because it's like, oh, it's personal content. You set up the phone, made the thing, walked up, turned the thing off, and you kept everything. And it's like, that is like a personal, intimate type of content. And maybe when everybody starts doing that and hitting that, then maybe the high quality stuff will start to come back again. Who knows? But you might as well take advantage of, both of those things, play both those games. And it's like, if not now, when, let me ask you this, Andy, what would happen if this situation that we just broke down, and for those of you who weren't on this call, we were showing, you can throw my screen at me one more time. We were showing how on our YouTube music for Anthem worship. So this has been hitting in the recent years, but this song of ours, Yeshua, with Geo, has recently started to hit really hard, and it's doing almost 100,000 plays now on YouTube Music a month organically, because someone used the content and it went viral, and now we're seeing the repercussions across all the streaming platforms from it. And it's like, let me ask you this, Andy, how much more excited would you be if something like this happened with Spark Music? One of your old songs got revived, or you're like, oh my gosh, like it's hitting on Spotify. Oh my gosh, it's hitting on YouTube. It's hitting on... Would that potentially reignite something or get you more excited for something with the brand? Or maybe, the thing that I want to do, I think I want to do it now instead of maybe later. Do you think anything like that would happen? Mm-hmm. The bummer is that you don't always get to see the results before the work has to be done. Because keep in mind, that's a 2-year-old project, and that just happened like 3 months ago. It's like, oh my gosh, that's pretty wild. But if you can stick it out, same with this project, we just decided we're not going to stop, and we're going to stay wildly consistent. And then, oh, look at that, results follow once you get to that point. This is a really good conversation. Can you scroll to the left a little bit so we can... yeah, there it is. Okay, perfect. Thanks. No, that's a great conversation. So thanks for chiming in, Annie. Jacob said, I recorded my first lip sync video or song video for my cover of Worthy of Your Name by Passion, edited it, and have been like, do I release this? But maybe I should. I guess I need to get over myself and just do it. Bro, you're the only one blocking you.
Just do it. Send it.
But here's the thing, dude. Let's say you start releasing content for a long time and you get really good at it, whatever. There's still going to be the voice in your head when you see a piece of content. You're going to say, I look awkward. Even if you have 20, 30, 40, 50,000 fans, subscribers, whatever, the voice is still going to be there. At this point, you really just have to learn how to do it no matter what. It's like, okay, everybody has an insecurity. Everybody has something that is going to keep holding them back from doing the thing. But it's like, okay, can I just do the thing with that voice? It's like, okay, I hear you. I see you. I'm going to do it anyways. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
One other thing that we have a mentor that does our accounting team and our mentorship, and he's pushed us from day one to just think bigger and get out of our own way. And he kind of personally mentors us both here and there. And one thing he brought up to me a while ago, he's like, bro, get out of your own way. Like, you're being selfish. And I was like kind of annoyed hearing this from him. And he's one of the very few people in life I will let like really come at me like very directly with stuff. And he's like, bro, you're getting in your own way. He's like, do you realize that because you're in your head and you're poking holes in everything, that you're not doing the thing that would go help a bunch of people? So it's actually costing everybody else because you're being selfish. He's like, you're being selfish. I was like, okay, I hear you. I don't like hearing that, but I hear you. And then, dude, if you really start to reframe it like that, you might finally get enough courage to hit publish and be consistent for 30 days and do a 30-day challenge, right? Setting that first 30-day challenge. I'm going to post once a day every 30 days. I'm going to bulk create all this content, and I'm just going to show up and I'm going to do it for 5-10 minutes every day, and I'm not even going to care about the results. But it's that perspective shift of like, okay, I don't like seeing this awkward content, but I'm going to do it anyways because what if it gets to help somebody on the other side of it? And what if the thing that stops that person from getting what they need is me poking holes in my own thing and stopping myself? It's like, oh, is it really that simple? Maybe.
And some of you need to look at it from that angle. It's like, do you even care about the other people that are listening to your music or that could see your video? It's like, how big of an impact do you want to have? It's like, are you willing to push through the awkwardness to get good at something like being on camera or hitting post? It's like, do you actually want people to hear the message of your music or not? Some of you need to hear it put that way. So and that's what I needed to hear when we first started the whole marketing agency. I was not comfortable jumping on calls with strangers.
Oh, dude, no, neither of us were. It was terrifying.
And I was like, if I want to have the impact that I want to have, I have to get comfortable talking to people I don't know on the internet. And so what we did for a year and a half was just chase conversations with artists. And that was it. They didn't have to buy our marketing. They didn't have to do anything. But what we wanted to do was feel confident walking into a room and feeling like I could have a conversation with anybody. And that's just something, and it's the same thing it translates to any other type of skill in this whole music thing.
Yep. You hit it on the head, dude. It's robbing people of a blessing. Yeah. In a way, that's what it is. It's like, I know that I have a gift, I have a blessing for you, but I'm not going to do it. It's like, oh, okay, that doesn't do anything for anybody. So let me ask you this, Jacob. What's the worst case scenario that plays out? We just did this for Annie. We want to do this for you too. The reason that we bring this up is because when you can see the worst case scenario and you can confront it, the shadow isn't quite as big anymore. The monster in the closet isn't quite as big when you finally just open up the closet and take a good look at it and like, okay, this is the worst case scenario. Now what? Could I be okay if this happened? Like what? What do you think the worst case scenario is that could play out with you posting the content? Okay. Okay, good. So you've got
We've got two answers.
You've got two outcomes right now. So the thing doesn't perform, and is that embarrassing? So it's embarrassing that you spent all this time and you're like trying to become this new version of yourself, right? This new artist that goes out there, puts himself out there, and then you do it and nobody shows up and nobody listens. It's embarrassing. It sucks. You feel like kind of like a fake, or like, it's like, oh, go back to your 9 to 5, like that kind of thing. Or the thing does really well and you get hate. You get haters. You get people making fun of you. You get people who are just going to project a bunch of stuff on you. So those are two the worst case scenarios.
You could just accept that both scenarios are going to happen, which they probably will. You're going to get low views in the beginning, and if you get a lot of views, your reward for that is a colder audience is going to see your stuff and they're going to hate you, and they're going to leave hate comments, and you're going to have to figure out how to deal with that. So the biggest people and that's the reality. The bigger you get, the more you attract people that don't have any idea who you are, and just bitter people that will make fun of you on the internet. And you're just going to have to fight. They're kind of like the bosses in a video game. You're just going to have to fight them at some point. And yeah, if you just expect everything to happen that way, and you just check off the boxes that you showed up for work and you made the piece of content and you did it, then you survived another day for the next piece of content.
We got Alex in the comments just roasting us. Alex, come on. But he only replies to the videos of his interview with us, making fun of us in those. Why does this guy do this to us? Oh.
He takes an interview with us, but then
just to make fun.
But then he just makes fun of us in the comments afterwards.
Just roasting us. But here's the thing, Jacob. You're gonna get both. Because here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna start early in your content. For example, we've seen this, bro. We've felt this and experienced this and continue to experience this the more we do all this stuff. Because we're Mass Anthem, we're playing that game early in the day. So before the Facebook channel is popping off and doing millions of views, it wasn't. And we were the guys that were just trying to do stuff and it wasn't really working. Well, okay, there's that. And then there's, for example, like starting over with Anthem Worship. Oh, a completely new brand, back to zero again on all the platforms, starting over. Nobody's watching the stuff. Oh, it's really disheartening. There's like 20 views on the thing, but we just don't stop. And now it's like, oh, cool. The channel broke 10,000 subs on YouTube and people are starting to continuously 5, 10,000, 15,000 views. We can see where the trajectory is going now, but we're still not going to stop. Well, then we start the Anthem Network and we completely pivot the whole company again. And now we're doing educational content on Instagram and all these short form things. And Joey and I we haven't stepped into this side of the company yet. And now we're having to be the faces of that. And I remember the first piece of content that we posted, and it was like someone got really offended and just lashed out in the comment section. It's like, okay, this is where it's at. And then we post for months and months and months, and they're getting 50 views or 100 views, but now they're slowly getting higher, 500 views, 600 views, 700 views. And it's like, okay, we're just going to keep doing it, knowing that we're going to get hate, we're going to get fans, but knowing that a tornado needs hot air and cold air. If you want that level of impact that you really want with your career, you're going to get hate, you're going to get fans, you're going to get love, and you actually need both of those things.
And what that looks like is you're going to get, when you have traction, you're going to get 1,000 great comments, and then you're going to get one really negative comment
or nasty.
And the only thing that you're going to care about is that one person.
you're going to look at that thing
and forget about the other 1,000 comments.
You're going to get mad and you're going to be like, I need to respond. I need to defend myself. And yep. Yeah. And trust me, we've been there. It's I've made my fair share of responses, just roasting the people. It's getting even if it's done with humor or whatever. Sometimes it's now, how dare you take your time to do that on my post or whatever. And you're going to go through these phases, and then eventually, Joey and I have talked about this a lot, but eventually it's just man, replying to those are a waste of time. Eventually you start to realize you're that just kind of sucked the life out of me. I could have gone and put that into more content. I could have gone and done more constructive things. And
that's when those people win. Those people win when you take time out of your day to reply to those negatively. Yep.
Yeah.
Or one of my favorites, Yeah, one of my favorites is I just tell them to go listen to a different song or something.
Joey
then
loves
maybe
to
they'll
just,
like that one.
Joey just tries to turn them into marketing clients or like paying clients or
The amount of
fans.
people that have like come in really hot with like a DM or like a comment, and I like reply like super chill, and they open up right after that. It's wild. Some people just need like a genuine interaction.
Oh, you hated that one? Oh, try this one. Oh.
Or even if I don't try to sell them right away, like even if you just like try to be nicer, the amount of people that would respond like, "Oh, this guy like actually read my thing." Like usually there's like a deeper issue with people that leave
they're
mean
projecting.
comments.
They're
Yeah.
projecting something.
So you have to do whatever you need to do to reframe, but don't let it wreck you, because it could slow down your creative process and you could take time out of your day to be negative back, and that's a waste of time.
Because some people are like, I don't think they realize there's real people on the other side of that comment. And when they actually finally get a personal response back from the person that they just lashed out at, and you're like kind of calm and chill and just like, oh, they're seen. It's like they want to be seen and heard for some reason, and they haven't gotten that attention. Then you give it to them. It's like they kind of calm down. It's like, okay, interesting. So just so you're, jump in. Well, I was gonna say, so just so you're aware, the things that you are thinking right now, everybody else in here is thinking, has thought, probably will think the same things at the same point, and we're going through the same stuff. The only difference between maybe you and the person with 50,000 or 100,000 followers is they just did it regardless. You know? Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it comes down to consistency and just doing it in spite of the fact that it doesn't feel good. And the funny thing is a lot of the content that you're most insecure about or like you don't want to post, for some reason, those things often end up doing the most numbers.
Or the ones that you don't think is the highest quality. You're like,
Yeah.
this isn't really that good. I didn't like the way I looked
Maybe
in
I
that.
won't
And then
do
you
it.
post it and it's like your most viewed video and people love it. Happens all the time.
Dude, so frequently. And you're like, I don't even know. I don't
You're like,
even get it.
the lighting is so bad.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post it anyway. You almost deleted it.
Annie was saying this idea of maybe doing like in their school, the group, Instagram group, doing content challenges. Would anybody in here, totally just thinking off the dome here, would anybody ever be interested in a content challenge network thing, or like post every day for 30 days challenge, or I don't know, something like that to get the ball rolling? Just something to think about. I don't know if that's interesting to any of you. Because Jacob, like, what would happen if you decided to just commit to doing it for 30 days? Because new habits typically take about 3 weeks to actually ingrain. And it's like, if you can hit that 30 days, what's the likelihood that you could do it again for another 30 days? Yeah. Trace said, Jacob, your mic is hot. Too hot. That implies.
I think he said you're hot.
Or let me read this again. Oh yeah, no, it was the mic. Sorry,
It was the mic?
It was the mic.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry. Trace, if you could stop, stop hitting on
Please,
the other
Trace.
members while we're trying to have music sessions, that'd be great.
It's not appropriate.
Trace, if you could hop off the call, man, we're gonna need to kick you out of the. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. So, Aaron, you're still doing every day. Nice work. And guys, I'll tell you this too. What if it isn't even about the results? Don't get me wrong. The whole point of doing this content strategy, right, is to grow our music, to do that. But what if the point of this is that it turns you into the next version of you that you actually need to be? The one that's got more courage, is more fearless, and is more willing to actually be seen and heard authentically. What if that is actually the point of this lesson and it's preparing you for the next thing? And then as you become that next version, oh yeah, now that you've worked past that fear, oh cool, views and attention and stuff also starts to come from it. Just something to think about.
I know that there's an Instagram School to Gram group on Instagram where you guys like share each other's posts and like each other's stuff. I think it would be if we brought some of that energy into the school group and maybe we created a post, and then for those of you who want to post every day, drop in your Instagram link to that exact post every day.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a good thing too, that we can get more engagement, but we can actually like click directly on the stuff and engage. I think that would be helpful for everybody.
Because we're still in the process, guys, of reworking our whole social media mastery course, because there's a lot that we want to add to that and redo it. But it would be cool once that is ready for us to finally get to the point of like, now that we have this whole thing built, let's do a 30-day challenge. Let's see how many of you can just commit to showing up for 30 days. And it's not necessarily you doing it by yourself. It's like you've got some people behind you. You've got us behind you. We're all doing the thing at the same time, and we're going to share our experiences and share results. So maybe we'll make a post about that, but it sounds like a lot of you may be interested in something like that. Maybe we can put that together. Oh my goodness, we can hear you, Brittany.
She lives.
She's alive. Okay. No, that's great. Annie, can you drop the the Gram? Oh, Aaron's got to do it. So this is, by the way, this is a chat that's like, it's technically outside of us. That was Aaron and Annie and a few other the members wanted to create their own Instagram chat where they can like support each other's content.
Some of the OGs wanted to do something similar like this and just support each other on Instagram. So that's something I think that, Aaron and Annie, and they really wanted to create.
Yeah.
And so, you'll have to be added by them.
Yeah, Aaron, I don't know how that works, if you need to like add them or if you can post the link in this chat, but maybe reach out to Brittany and get her added to that. That'd be cool. And by the way, okay, so Aaron, we are still I have not forgotten about your question. We will circle back to that yet. But I do want to quick also hit Ryan's here, because Ryan, you just joined this week, yeah? I think you just hopped in the network. Yeah. Say it one more time. Okay, well, welcome, dude.
Welcome.
Glad to have you here. What's your question that you want to dive into? Yep. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Nice. Do you find it?
What
What
is your Instagram name? Is it Ryan David?
It's the underscore that got me.
Ah, there it is.
Which one? Oh, it's Ryan.
Yeah, it's Ryan. Yeah.
I hear you, bro.
You said you're posting a lot. Like how often? Okay.
Let me. So you're not necessarily posting the same piece of content on all the platforms? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So your genre, would you call it like Christian hip hop?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you looked so in our social media mastery course, can you throw me the screen? Thank you very much. So in our social media mastery course, one of the things that we dive into is like the first stage of the content really is this research, like obsessive research for a phase where you just binge these platforms, but looking at all the people in your niche, in your lane, and what they're doing. Have you ever played around with that and you're like, okay, what are the guys who are actually like getting content to hit? What kind of content are they actually putting out, and how is their content just a little bit better than mine, or what are they doing differently? Have you played around with that at all? It's something to think about because we're always kind of doing that same thing. The artists that we've had the most success with, they've done a lot of that too. But the first period of all of this is like just throwing darts, trying different things. It's like if something hasn't hit yet, it's like you probably haven't found your piece of content that works for your niche and your music and your audience yet. It's like, okay, maybe instead of continually posting the same type of content over and over and over and over and over, and it's not hitting, it's like, okay, I have the consistency. Maybe there's a way for me to up level the content, or maybe there's another angle to this that I'm not actually hitting yet. And it might be different for every genre, every audience. That might be worth looking into. I'm just quick seeing if anybody was commenting here.
Yeah, there's a couple things I'm seeing too. Are you posting the same content? You said it's shared between Instagram and Facebook, but are you posting the same content when you post to Facebook? Are you posting it to TikTok and YouTube Shorts as well, like at the same time?
Okay.
I was gonna say, because that's like the one thing you could do. That'll take you 20 minutes to do total, 15, 20 minutes to just take the same video that you had already posted to Facebook, Instagram, and just put it on YouTube and TikTok. Sometimes, for whatever reason, a video that doesn't hit on Instagram, the same dang video pops off on TikTok.
We're like,
For
what?
like no reason. And
Yeah.
you just never know which video it's going to be. And so you already did the work of creating the same video. You just got to post it on the other channels.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I'm seeing too of like, I'm just looking at your Instagram. I think what you need to do is just, it's probably in the social media mastery course of really taking advantage of, we actually just recorded some videos for that today, but really taking advantage of your bio, telling people where to go and making that link a link like a feature FM or which is basically just like a link tree that's on steroids for musicians. So that allows you to collect emails. It allows you to collect forever saves. So for example, people can sign in with their Spotify or their Apple Music or Amazon, and they can basically just forever save every new release that you have. And so if you can optimize and get that link and apply it to all of your social media bios, like your TikTok bio, your YouTube bio, your Instagram bio, your Facebook bio, and send all those people to that same place, then you can start playing more of the long game. And again, like where you're going to make money is going to be off of your streaming, and it looks like you're doing shows too. So those are kind of your two things. If you can collect emails as well, that'll hopefully land you more shows.
So quick to piggyback on that. We have this Artist Basics course where we are laying out essentially all the basic strategies and things that are needed for artists today. And one thing that we're going through is we have a branding basics section, and we just recorded for like 4 hours today going through all this stuff, talking about this exact thing of like, okay, creating your bio links and like getting everything cohesive, because one of the biggest strategies that we use personally for all of our artists and our music and our content and everything is we always post the same short across every platform. It's going to Instagram, it's going to YouTube, it's going to TikTok, it's going to Facebook. We haven't added like X or Twitter or anything like that yet, but like those are the big four. Every time we post, it gets hit across all of those. Why? Because like Joey just said, it might flop on one, it might hit on another, it might do average across all of them, but regardless, the performance increases and you start to grow your audience across all the platforms. And then what we do is we make sure that we have our bio links with the same bio link. Our bios are set up with the same link. Let me show you what that might look like. Anthem Worship. This one. Okay, so you're gonna notice our go-to is something called Feature FM, and the reason that we use this is because there's this really cool thing, like Joe was saying, it allows you to start to collect what are called future saves. So like, you know how when you release a song, you put out a pre-save link and you're like, hey, everybody go pre-save the song and go pre-save the get ready. And then the song releases and everybody did it. And then you have a next song come out and you're like, okay, everybody go pre-save the song again. And you start over from zero. There's actually a way to start snowballing those. And people, they're called future saving, forever saving. They click that option and now they save all of your future releases. And then we can work in the platform to make sure they also get a personal email on the day of release, and they save the song. And there's ways to also set it up where after people do the future save or pre-save, they can also click follow on your Spotify or on Amazon Music or on Apple Music. They can forever save on there. And you can even set it up where they'll follow you and also follow one of your playlists. You can get their email. Like, you're getting all of this information, dude. And we just unlocked this strategy for ourselves at the start of this year in January. And to show you what that looks like now, if you can give me the screen one time. So for Anthem Worship, this is what we have been focused on, is building this funnel. And now every day people are naturally falling into the funnel. Oh, look, 185 visits in one day, just because our content is funneling people into our pre-save links or our links that send them to the music. And then we can see if we go down So let's pick a smart link here that's been doing well for us with Eleni's album. So Heart of Worship. So we have been sending everybody these automated DMs based on our content and our funnels and everything. It's like, look at this. It just ebbs and flows. But on average, like, you're getting a really solid amount of people. Oh, look, here's the people. Some are on Spotify for free. Some are paid. Some give us their emails. And you can see a whole list of these people. And then you can also see, wow, from this campaign, we got 416 future saves, another 18 followers for all of our artists, couple future saves, 29 on Amazon Music, future saves, 60 future saves on Apple Music, and look at the visitors, 1,900 visitors, and we can track all of this stuff, and we can see, hey, look at that, about 50% of the people go to Spotify, about 25% go to Apple, about 15, go to YouTube, and Amazon and YouTube Music are the next two. And we can see where all the traffic's going. And now you start to see it's like, we're not just guessing anymore. We're building a machine. And it's the same link everywhere on all of the platforms, right? And this is where you can start to snowball this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this is called Feature FM. It's really cool. We use it to create our own pre-save links and all these other links. We also use it to create the landing page links for when we grow playlists and do our marketing and all of that stuff. So I'd highly recommend looking into that.
And we have a detailed breakdown, like step by step, in the actual classroom tab on the courses.
Yeah.
Setting up your Feature FM, how to get that locked in so that you don't have to just figure it out on your own. On this call. The other thing that I would look into, which is also in the courses, is basically setting up automations for your Facebook. You said you post to Facebook and Instagram. It's called Reply Rush. It's like $10 a month. And after you get your Feature FM set up, that's like the number one thing. Get your links in there to your music. The second thing that you can do as you start getting more aggressive on your content is having an automation set up where people comment a word in the comments on a specific video. Be like, comment music, and I'll send you a DM, and it automatically sends a DM of your Feature FM link to the people that commented on your video. So you want to have that set up just in case a video starts popping off on Instagram or Facebook, and those people get direct messages from you. And that is exactly what we did with Eleni.
This is where we figured it out, because we just released an 18-song album, worship album with Eleni in July 3rd. So this is fresh. And on this album, we started to play around with this idea of, what would happen if we automated these things? So like, you'll notice on average, some of her videos, 5, 10, 15, 20,000 views, whatever, they go up and down. But then, look, sometimes you get one to hit 100,000. And what happens when you already have this set up is 900 people commented. So we're saying comment song. So not everybody is necessarily going to say song, but look at this. You start to get through here we also have it set up when people comment amen. They also get the links. But look at all this. We've got 900 people that are getting links across Instagram and Facebook on this. They're getting messaged, and then they're finding our link, and then they're being sent to the music. Because, like, let's be real. Are you gonna want to respond to 900 people? Like that's a lot, So just another thing to think about. Again, we teach a lot on that in the Spotify Mastery course, and we'll try to think if we put it anywhere else. But yeah, we break that down, and we'll be getting into some of that stuff in the branding basics section of the course. But bro, like you're saying, it's like you've been doing this a while. Nobody's just showed you what actually works. Like, give me the real game, Yep. Yeah.
Yep. And you just need to set up a handful of these things, and like claiming your publishing, setting up your automations, collecting your emails, forever saves, and then all of a sudden it starts snowballing, and then the money starts flowing in. It's kind of wild.
Wild, yeah.
A lot of this
Funny how
is
that
set
works.
up.
Yeah. Dude, we dive into that a lot. Like if that's your goal, like you're in the right spot here. Like this is what we obsess over. And by the way, one of the biggest cheat codes that we found is just surrounding ourselves with other people that are doing the same thing. That's why we built the network. We're like, dude, where was this concept 7 years ago when we were starting from zero and we couldn't figure any of this stuff out, and we were making all the mistakes and doing exactly what you're talking about? It's like just kind of like spinning the wheels in place, and you're like, bro, I've been here for how many years? And it's like nothing's changed. It's like, okay, strategy has to change. What if I start to surround myself with people that actually take this seriously too and are using different strategies? And like, just be ready for like what can happen when you surround yourself in this network with consistency, with these calls, with Joey and I coming in with strategy from other people, and just sharing the results. Like, you're going to get a little bit more motivated. You're going to get some cheat codes, and it's like, okay, let's see what happens when I do this, you know? So I think this will be big for you, bro. Dude, absolutely, man. Absolutely. We should hit Aaron's question.
Yeah.
Thank you for being patient, AA Ron. He said, I have a question. How do y'all release an album, but release the singles as you go? Can you set the release dates for the singles different than when the full album drops? Aaron, did you go through the Artist Basics release strategy section where we break down the album? Is that where you got that idea from? Well, I will. So this video that I just made right here, breaking down all of the performance in Release Strategy Basics, Anthem Worship album release example, that strategy. I actually break this down in detail, but I basically show you guys how. So this is what we did. We first uploaded 17 out of the 18 songs as singles through our distributor. And what we did with this, guys, is we had the full album production already done. So we've done it in the past where we would try to produce a project and then release, and then produce a single and release, and produce a single and release. And it gets really chaotic. So we said this time we're going to produce the full album. And then once we had the full album, we had all the songs ready. So we scheduled out the next 6 months. We said, okay, here's when all the singles are releasing. And we uploaded them all in a week, waited a week, got all of the ISRC codes. And then once we had all the ISRC codes generated, we went back into the distribution, uploaded the full album now for the one last song, plus all of the 17 songs with their ISRC codes to make sure the data overlaps. And then we set that thing to release at the very end. And then after a couple weeks, that album populates in Spotify. And then we can go in and make that a pre-save. And then you'll see that as you go, as the next song releases, it appears in the album. It populates, but the songs that haven't released yet are still blurred out. And then it allows you to start building pre-saves and everything around that album. That's been a really cool cheat code kind of for us.
It should save some of your sanity too, because the longer that we do this, and if you can, try to batch everything that you do. So there's like the production phase. If you're planning on doing a full project like an EP or an album, just try to get the whole thing done right away. And then after you get that whole process, you get the final project scheduled out, and then you have your singles scheduled out. Then you can take your producer cap off and put on your content cap and just think about the content behind the releases and figuring that out. Because there's nothing more draining than like producing the entire song, trying to get it done, mixed, mastered, scheduled, pitched. Think about a marketing plan for that, and then go do content on top of it. It's just
a lot.
It's super annoying, and we've had the best process that we've had thus far was getting the album done. And even though it was like 18 songs with Eleni, get the album done, scheduled, then have the meetings of like, okay, now what are we going to do for content? Just content. What do you say?
He's talking to his kid.
Oh, what did he call me?
I think he yelled at you.
He
or
said
something.
something.
Yeah, he said something to you. You'll never know. That's the idea here, dude. But again, there's also this aspect of getting to 10 songs released as quickly as possible too. That's part of our strategy, especially since you're playing the playlist strategy, marketing strategy with your worship playlist. It's like it makes sense to try to get that thing full of your songs as quickly as you possibly can. So in this phase, you might still play the game where you do some singles and then market and then do some singles and market. But what we have learned to work up towards is just finishing a project completely and then being able to focus on marketing and social media and other stuff and just having some peace of mind when we do that. The goal currently is to get to 10 to 12 songs out, focus on marketing while taking the next year to do the whole album. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
That'll work. Hopefully that was helpful. We still got a few people hanging around yet. Anybody catching any nuggets from all of this? Anything helpful?
I want to know what Annie's been eating the last 10 minutes.
What have you been eating too? I saw you eating grapes, frozen grapes? Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're snacking on something.
You thought you could snack on this call without sharing? How dare you? What do we got?
I've heard of them.
Oh, Gio was like, I heard of these.
Oh. Where do you find them?
Yeah, where do you get the drum roll?
Okay.
Go for the chocolate. Okay. Yeah, we haven't started having snacks on set. That would be a
I bet we have snacks.
that'd be a slippery slope. Once we start having snacks.
Popcorn and chips. Just
Yeah. Aaron, gotta go. Thanks for the info. Cool.
I gotta go too.
You have to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, Joey.
We just get up and leave.
Well, there you have it, gang. If this was your first call, this is pretty much what they look like, especially these Q&A calls. We were talking with a few of you who were on earlier on the call and thinking through this idea of potentially on the next call and a few of these calls turning the first hour into like a mastermind call and then the second hour into Q&A so that we could go through perhaps next week this whole networking module that we've been wanting to do of like teaching guys how do you network well? What are the best ways to actually network and to make sure that you there's longevity to it and it's not going to come back bite you in the butt, like stuff like that. So we've been working on a course for that and it's really, really long and we're like, it might be easier to just record that one live with you guys and talk through it and actually have conversations.
By
around
easier, he means a lot more fun rather than
That.
us just sitting here for 4 hours by ourselves, just talking to a camera.
Let's talk about networking, Joey.
I think it'd be a lot more interactive.
Yeah. So we might start doing more of that, guys. Because we have so much information, even in the artist basics. Like there's a lot of really helpful stuff that a lot of artists haven't seen yet or gone through yet. And maybe we'll start to go through that and then, have a conversation afterwards. Just something to think about. Any other thoughts or questions for the night? This was a really good one. We really got into some good stuff. Annie said, everybody please watch this later.
Oh, gosh.
By later, do you mean right now? Candy Crush ad. Dude, Candy Crush is sending me so many ads lately. I don't even play Candy Crush. I don't want to play Candy Crush.
Are you sending us a virus?
What is this? That's funny. Yeah, everybody go watch that. Some really really beneficial educational content for you all. Well,
I'm glad you're the only one that's looking at it right now. Not everybody else is. Just...
I assumed other people might have looked at it. All right, gang. Hopefully you got some value out of tonight's call. If you were new, thanks for joining us. We do these every Tuesday night.
Please
at
come
7
back.
p.m. Central. And we record all these calls. We'll post these to the community section in case you missed any of them. In case you missed any future ones, you can always catch the replay. And yeah, next time come with questions based on what you're working on, and we'll dive into it. Peace, love, abundance to you all. Thank you for hanging.